Even though there have been some weird decisions that have been made, I think James Gunn could be cooking something up really good here with DC. Throughout the past few years, you've had, I guess, the embodiment of the Snyderverse, and I guess Zack Snyder trying to portray of what he envisioned for DC, but then, studio incompetence, as I like to put it, and with family tragedy he had to do. It kind of was the catalyst for like Warner Brothers executives or whoever was in charge of what DC projects could be greenlit going forward. Kind of be inconsistent and just kind of, hey, throw whatever sticks at the board, throw darts, and hey, whatever hits the centerpiece. And it's just like I see a lot of people, angry at like James Gunn for like some of the decisions made, which to some degree is justifiable. Specifically with recasting Henry Cavill Superman, it's not something I would have done if I was in this position. I think you could have just easily made another Man of Steel sequel, which was supposed to have Brainiac in it. I think that would have been really cool. But at the end of the day, none of this would be happening if Warner Brothers was just, I guess, stuck with what they have. You know, them obviously this is kind of going back to them not utilizing Henry Cavill for years, and it's like I like imagine like if people wouldn't be, I guess, as upset about the whole Henry Cavill situation if he had gotten like at least like a trilogy or something, which could have been possible. There's literally nothing preventing Warner Brothers executives from making a sequel to Man of Steel, but for some reason I guess Hamada and company had this weird hate boner for Henry Cavill and wanted to like replace with like a black Superman or whatever. But I guess a big topic of today is just what does James Gunn have planned? What's he cooking up? Like what are him and Peter Safran cooking up for the future of DC? We're supposed to find out details about it in the beginning of January. It was confirmed by James Gunn in his tweets, and in this slate is a Superman movie, kind of like how the Batman was not an origin movie, but took place during like Bruce's earlier years in his career. Same thing for Superman, where it's like a younger Clark, his earlier years as a reporter, and because of that, James Gunn doesn't want to incorporate Henry Cavill into, I guess, that role, and it kind of begs the question: is he just gonna straight up just like recast every Justice League member? Like, are they just straight up wiping the slate clean? Because supposedly Henry Cavill and Gal Gadot, filmed cameos for the Flash, but they've been cut. So kind of, and this is after like the news that Wonder Woman 3 is no longer happening because Patty Jenkins just wasn't involved with the project anymore. So it's like, like, are we just gonna see like a full on reboot, like just slate clean reboot, new Justice League? And it's like, the fact that this is like, I don't know if they're gonna do like the whole pick and choose thing, because in my mind it's like, if you're willing to recast someone as beloved as Henry Cavill Superman, you might as well just recast everybody at this point. I mean, like, I don't see why Ezra should stay. I mean, he, out of anybody, he should have been recast first, but not necessarily for the Flash movie, because that would have like messed up the whole project in of itself. Like afterwards, I don't think anybody would have complained if you like recasted Ezra Miller. Ray Fisher has cut ties with Warner Brothers a long time ago, and then reports of like Jason Momoa wanting to play Lobo of some sort. Ben Affleck is kind of unclear because he's supposed to make a cameo on Aquaman 2, but we're not really sure if that's really gonna go anywhere. And even though I don't really agree with the whole recasting Henry Cavill thing, because I just feel like he wasn't given enough of a chance as an actor, I am more optimistic about the future of DC, and I am intrigued to see a cinematic universe, or the DC cinematic universe that's actually well established and isn't like half-assed, or actually has a significant plan going forward, leading up to grander things and introducing the general audience to a lot more obscure elements of the DC universe that shouldn't have never been obscured in the first place. I mean, one of the things I want to see is Green Lantern. It's like we haven't gotten a Green Lantern movie since like 2011, and I feel like in media overall in general, Green Lantern hasn't really been pushed. It's like, how much does the general audience really know about Green Lantern aside from like a few animated projects? Maybe I doubt it, but maybe, hey, we might get that Nightwing movie. that was announced all the way back when when Joss Whedon was supposed to direct the Batgirl movie. Yeah, but hey, I'm honestly kind of down to see what he's got cooking up because I mean, you have someone who has respect for the source material, through different like images or like tweets he might put out, and like the different like characters he's incorporated in like the Suicide Squad. Like, who the hell is like name another director that would make a movie where you have like Polka Dot Man and like Peacemaker. Like, I've never heard these people before the Suicide Squad. Like, it is interesting to have someone of, I guess, that way of thinking. But I guess this whole recasting of like these major actors and kind of him going with a clean slate, I guess this officially ends the Snyderverse. You'd see online like hashtag restore the Snyderverse. I mean, I was never really against the idea of bringing back the Snyderverse, but I never was like, oh yeah, that's totally gonna happen. It's like there's no way in hell Warner Brothers executives would pour in hundreds of millions of dollars to, I guess, greenlit more future like a Justice League 2 and a Justice League 3 set in like, in Zack Snyder's vision. It's like, I don't think they would want to even bring him back. And even if they wanted to, like I said, it's like not all of the actors could be there. I mean, like Ezra Miller's a freaking psycho, and Ray Fisher's never working with Warner Brothers ever again. So it's just like, it's just no. And I mean, I'm sure you're gonna get more of those hashtags. I mean, hell, you already have like hashtag bring back Henry Cavill, and on top of like restore the Snyderverse and stuff. And it's just like, dog, I get the frustration specifically with the Henry Cavill stuff, but I am disappointed too. But I mean, I guess we just hope for the best. I mean, cause like, I don't think this new Superman movie is gonna be like mid or anything. James Gunn, he's consistently put out bangers in the comic book genre, so like I'm sure the film is gonna turn out fine. But man, it would be wild if the script was just kind of eh. Like, imagine like trading like an A-list S tier actor like Henry Cavill for like a mid script. It's like, man, I feel really bad already for whoever's gonna get casted as the next Superman, because the comparisons are gonna be like non-stop, like just straight up, like whoever gets casted for like just the new Justice League, if they cast like a new Wonder Woman, or if they cast like a new like Aquaman or whatever, it's like the actors gotta be like top tier, like not necessarily in terms of popularity, but because I guess more so their A game and what they can bring to that specific character's role. Because like, yeah, it's gonna be hard to, I guess, kind of not draw comparisons to their like previous iterations, which, you know, like didn't really need to get recasted. Some of them, like, Ezra Miller's Flash, because I mean, I don't know how most people feel. I never thought Ezra Miller was a good Barry Allen in the first place. I mean, his Barry Allen was way too jittery, and the way he just portrayed the character just didn't, scream, oh yeah, this is Barry Allen from, the comics, but in the live action. It's like, no, it's a weird interpretation. Like, just like Eisenberg's Lex Luthor. Like, I was never a fan of his Lex Luthor anyway. So, and I guess, like, what sucks about, like, the whole Superman recast is, like, Ben Affleck got, not really, like, it seemed like he got recast, but then once, like, the Matt Reeves universe was like, oh no, it's its own separate thing, and Ben Affleck came back for the Flash, he stepped down from the role. Ben Affleck had a lot in his life during that, like, after Justice League, with like the Justice League reshoots and like alcoholism. He had a lot going on in his life, so he's like, I'm stepping down. But well, like with the whole Superman thing, it's like Henry Cavill was more than happy to come back after the post-credit scene of Black Adam, and James Gunn was just like, no. And it's just like, I don't think James Gunn has anything against Cavill. I'm sure he likes him, but he just wanted to, I guess, kick off a universe that, that abides by the 10-year plan. Because, like, you look at, like, someone like Ben Affleck, it's like, I don't really see him playing Batman for another 10 years. But at the same time, I don't want Robert Pattinson's version to, like, be connected to the main universe. So, I don't know, I guess just get a new Batman, I guess. I use that Batman as an anchor to, I guess, push the focus on, like, Bat Family. Like, get, like, leading to, like, a spin-off Nightwing movie, or, like a Teen Titans type beat. for like Dick Grayson as Robin or whatever, to him later becoming Nightwing. But we'll find out more information in the beginning of next month. See what James Gunn has in store for the future of DC. I hope it's good. As a DC fan, like all you want is for it to thrive. Like you see all these like frustrations with like corporate leadership and like incompetent planning and like all these changes and whatnot. It's like the general audience is trashing on it, but like imagine being a DC fan like me. It's like, bro, this stuff is so frustrating. All you want is to see the IP or the franchise that you like be portrayed well. Like it's like, how does a Justice League movie make less box office money than like a freaking like I don't know, a Suicide Squad movie or something? It's like Justice League shouldn't have flopped. It's like theoretically speaking, the biggest competitor to Marvel should be DC. Like it's just common sense. But it's like the fact that we live in a timeline where they rushed things like the Death of Superman storyline or like a team up movie. It's just like, it just baffles my mind. So yeah, I'm just hoping this new universe is gonna properly set up things that will be paid off really well in the inevitable, like 10 years down the road to whatever that, I don't know what this 10-year plan is leading to. I don't know if it's like a crisis movie or something. Yeah, another reboot like after the 10 years. Good lord, oh my god, god forbid. But yeah, I hope the future for DC is gonna look bright. I hope that whoever they recast for not only Superman but for other Justice League members, because they're probably gonna recast Justice League. I doubt they keep, because like if they were gonna keep Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, like why cut out her cameo in The Flash? Why cancel Wonder Woman 3? I don't know, just not. But yeah, hopefully DC doesn't suck for the next 10 years in live action this time.